Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is Friday Live again with me. And if you are the first time here, welcome. My name is Jane Schaefer, and I come in here because I love sharing about wellness and tips that I learned along the way. I Trust me, this is something that I kind of gathered the past 6 years when I become involved with a wellness company. 6, 7 years now, and it's the information is so amazing, and it's like a learning process along the way. And what I learned best, or what I know, is that I learn most when I am able to share this information with the community, and this is what I do. So the information I share here is basically something that I gather personally, and I heard from other functional doctors or holistic practitioners, and then I utilize it or practice it myself. So, and then of course, the products that I am using, then I talk about that too. So, if you decided that this information is useful for you and you want to start utilizing it or do it, if and you under doctor care, please do talk to your doctor, because this information is my personal in learning experience, and from the stuff I do and the stuff I use. And so again, please do take that in consideration. Um, Last few weeks, I've been talking a lot about water. And this is something that the company I am involved with has been a hot subject right now. So, in the past few weeks, and I wasn't sure I was going to come in here and talk about this again. But after speaking to my community and also friends and family, I realized that just like me, it took me many months to actually dive into this water information more. And it took a lot of consciousness to read and learn and study and research into this water. Especially now that our company is really come out with this unit. And I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But, this is something that we all grew up, or we all know, especially if you are in a health conscious community. We know how important water is, right? We know that we were told to drink this water, not this water, hydrate yourself plenty, and there's recommended amount of water that you should be drinking. We do talk about clean water a lot, but this is something that we either hear about clean water or hydrogen water or alkaline water or adding electrolytes into the water. But there's a lot more than that. And I personally never really drink right off the tap water, especially. I mean, it has to go through some type of filtration system that I always use. Might not be the best because, again, this is something that we don't really concentrate on so much. We just know that I just know that I need to filter my water, or I feel like I need to filter my water. And I think I have shared in there's a graph that I shared recently too of forever chemicals in the water. And it's pretty alarming when you see all this dot popping up in, especially in the metro areas, how there's a lot of chemical in the water. And again, this is not something that we talk about a lot because consumable water isn't always clean water. In the country where I grew up, I came from Thailand, and I was there until I was early teen. I remember growing up there that we don't drink out of tap water. We actually collect rainwater, which I remember tastes really really sweet, and but yet we don't drink right off that water. We boil every single water that we drink, and that is something that that's happens a lot in other country. We need to boil the water to make sure that I don't know. That's what we do to make sure the water is nice and safe to consume. And in this country, we a lot of time we just drink straight out of tap water, right? And or we put in filtration system. I mean, you can go to anywhere and you see a lot of filtration system, desktop one, just carry on, whatever it is. And that's pretty much what we accept. And but that's all about it, right? And then the conversation pretty much stopped there. Just have some type of filter system in your water. But with our recent roll out with this product, this more information. Our company, our product X2O is light infused water. I know that sounds pretty weird, right? But come to think about it, we know light is what is important in our water, right? So if you really think about it, sunlight is how sunlight affects our body, and we don't question about it. Our body gets vitamin D from the sun, being out in the sun, melanin. Our bodies start producing energies from the sun when you go out and about, and there's other testosterones and all this good stuff. So there's a lot of benefit from lights, which is sunlight. So nobody argue about that, right? But what happened if we can actually put the lights inside our body, not just from the outside, but the light actually filter into our body? And this is when I start to be intrigued when our company start talking about X2O, light infused water. Yes, there is a filter system, one of the best filter system that take a lot of forever chemicals out of the system. And then yes, there is hydrogens involved in the water in the machine, but the the that's not the key. The key of this water X2O is the light infuse. It is designed, and I'm not going to get into the technical part because I'm not a technical girl at all. I just kind of like to put things in a simple way that people can understand. And if I understand it, I feel like I can share it the way that people can understand it, then it's makes it easier. And this is what I'm trying to wrap my brain around it as well. So basically, you drink this water, and the light frequency of light that was infused in this water, I think it's like 6 different wavelength of lights that infused in this water get released into our body. So you're not having the external light, like sunlight, reacting to our body and creating the biochemicals and changes in body anymore, which is a good benefit. We actually taking in the lights into our cell, and that acts a lot faster because we know that our body is made out of over 70% of water, right? So you take the benefit of water and the benefit of lights and put it together, then you get a whole load of both benefits. And that's pretty awesome. I mean, that's pretty cool when I first heard that. And that's something that I can wrap my brain around. So, um, because we know that nature, and again, everything, we should be able to look into nature and learn what exists and how nature works because we're part of it. So we know that in nature's everything works together: light, water, and life. I mean, plants rely on lights and water. And then, of course, the light help with the photosynthesis and stuff, right? So that's how they survive. And that's why not? I mean, don't you think that our body should be able to respond the same way? Light, water, create life. So why not put the lights in the water and bring it inside our body? So that makes it simple for me. And this is where the fun conversation started, right? More natural energies, better absorptions. And of course, there's our clinical studies about this. And, this is something that honestly makes sense to me, but there's a lot of science behind it as well, which again, I'm not a science girl. I just know that this makes sense. Better hydration for the cells, better energies, everything just work better. And when you work better, your body become healthier, and most people will have feel clarities and energies and everything else within just minutes. And again, this has proven or has a backup clinical study data to back this up as well. This isn't something new for me. I mean, you saw me unwrap the box of the unit maybe like about over a week ago. Well, that is not new. That is just a replacement or a new version of the X2O that rolled out. I actually had the unit since September. I'm one of those girl that I don't share much right away. As soon as I get it, I sit and I absorbed, and I made everyone in my family drink it. I myself drink it, and kind of sit and kind of gather information because at that time only a certain limit of unit was sold to limited uh, of us. So we don't have all that testimonial or all those information to share. So I gather myself information on with that, and it's been pretty amazing. And of course, I give it some to try for my friends and family out there too. And again, I would say that the benefit has been pretty awesome. And especially with my dad, I noticed the difference right away. And I recently had blood work done. Yeah, I mean, I get my blood work done every single year, and I'm pretty healthy. I mean, all my blood work has always been in the normal range, and sometimes pretty good range in like the higher normal range. And I'm happy with that, and I think that's because I contribute the lifestyle, the healthy lifestyle, into my life, and then also utilize this tool that is available. I mean, why not? I mean, if it is there for us to utilize, right? And you just have to find the right product that fit into your lifestyle, and of course, nice, clean product, not just not to not to say that those vitamins Costco that you buy at Costco or Sam's or wherever it is well, I guess I can say. I mean, they're not the best. Let's put it that way. But it's maybe but better than nothing. I don't know, but definitely is not the best. There is a lot more, a lot better um, supplement out there, and I chose what I chose. And again, everybody has done their study to find that the best supplement for them. So my blood back to my blood work. there was one function or one result that I did not really pay much attention, because every time I get my result, it's pretty much like this. It stayed pretty much in healthy, in the same range. It doesn't drop, it doesn't go up. There's no peak, there's no decline, and it's just like pretty much plat not plateau, because plateau sound bad. It stayed constant. And but there was one marker that caught my attention, was overall kidney functions, and that has elevated, improvement, not elevated in a bad way, improvements by 10 points. And I did not know what really that means, so I had to Google and read more into it as to what that marker actually mean for my body. And it actually said that, you know um, it's meant that my body is hydrate better, and then also the detoxification is also improved. And I have not done anything different other than start using this X2O since September. So I don't know if I can do this. Let's see. But I want to share this real quick. Um, it had the share button at one point, but I don't see that now. Hmm. Well, I might just have to drop the pictures in there somewhere, because I don't see the share button anymore, which is weird. But anyway, um, so I hope that helped. I hope that kind of make this light infused water seem a little less complicated and more benefits to you. I love to talk about it more in detail. I mean, as much as detail as I can give you, but because again, I'm not technical person, but there is information and data out there. So that's all, you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and a toast of clean, healthy, light infused water for you guys. And with you guys, if you're near me, hit me up. I love to share this water with you, but I know a lot of people that are in my community here on Facebook are all over the country, and I won't be able to share that with you yet, um, or at all. So you have a wonderful, but join the waiting list. And if you ever think of getting filter system for your water, up up it a little bit. Why not add this light infused water into what you already plan to do? So have a wonderful weekend, you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye.